Law of demand. आपको ध्यान होगा मैंने लॉ के बारे में एक बात बताई थी. What is the meaning of law? So law here means generalized behavior. Law doesn't mean that it must happen. Law only means a generalized behavior. There may be exceptions to this behavior. But at the moment, we are not talking of those exceptions. We are talking of what is found true in case of most of the consumers. So this is a generalized behavior. This is not a, you can say, compulsory behavior of the consumer. Keeping that thing in mind, we have, in our schedule, we have seen that there is inverse relation between price and demand. Inverse relation between price and demand. Can we show this inverse relation? Show means, now I'm using mathematically, show that. Show that means prove that कि ये inverse relation होता है. We can show it. We can show it in two ways. Here I will like to remind you our earlier topic, consumers' equilibrium. There we talked of two principles. In case of a single good, how much to buy, consumer decides on the basis of marginal utility equal to price principle. In case of more than one commodity, consumer decides on the basis of the law of equi-marginal utility. On these two bases, we can show that there is inverse relation between price and demand. We will approach the answer of this question like we approach to prove a theorem in geometry. So we are taking a, let us say, a proof. Given that a consumer is placed in a situation mu is equal to P. X means X commodity. So we are given that mu x is equal to px. कंज्यूमर ने कमोडिटी इस पॉइंट पे आके रोक दी, खरीदना बंद कर दिया. Now, suppose px falls. Now what will happen? Then mux becomes greater than px. Now what will happen? MUX means consumers is willing to pay more than the price prevailing in the market for X. So what will be the reaction of the consumer? consumer will buy more of X. Why will he buy more of X? Because he is now willing to pay more. Because why is he willing to pay more? Because marginal utility of X is greater than what the price demands. So we have shown that if Px falls, demand, so you can say, therefore, when Px falls, demand for X rises. So we can show this inverse relation on the basis of MUX is equal to Px principle. Let us now take the other basis. Law of demand. Based on the law of marginal utility. Once again, we are taking a proof. हम एक proof ले रहे हैं. And we assume, suppose consumer consumes only two goods, X and Y, and is in equilibrium. Consumer consumes only two goods, X and Y, and is in equilibrium. Which means what? Therefore, MUX upon PX is equal to MUY upon PY. Consumer is placed in this situation. And both are equal to per rupee marginal utility. Now we proceed further. Suppose PX falls, then MUX upon PX becomes higher than MUY upon PY. What does it mean? It simply means that since per rupee MUX is higher than per rupee MUY, consumer will buy more of X. ₹1 X पे खर्च करने से उसको ज्यादा यूटिलिटी मिलती है Y के मुकाबले में, तो Y को कम करेगा, X को ज्यादा करेगा. हमारा यहाँ पर जो कंसर्न है वो X से है. So we find that consumer will buy more of X, therefore price of X falls, demand for X rises. And that shows the inverse relation between. So in the examination, if you get a question on show that, you can, unless they have mentioned on a consumer consumes two goods, if it says consumer consumes two goods, then this is the way you have to do it, or simply show the relation between price and demand. Show means give a proof, give some argument. So then even 1 mu is equal to P principal will be more than enough. Keep this thing in mind. So this is, if you get a question on derivation of law of demand, then this is the answer. We have seen demand schedule. If we convert that demand schedule into a diagram, that becomes a demand curve. So our next aspect is demand curve.